Hello everybody and welcome back to Broken Berean, and today I'm gonna kind of run quickly through Amazon's secret level series that was released about 2 weeks ago. And I finally got around to seeing it yesterday because I made my video about the new Pac-Man game that is directly related to one of these episodes. So I was like, okay, finally I'm going to get around to it. I was going to because I saw a little clip from the Mega Man one, and I was like, oh, I definitely got to watch that one for sure. So this series is a 15 episode anthology, each like 10 to 12, 15 minutes stories. And yes, when you look on them, you'll see like there's 2 minutes left on everything because there's 2 minutes of credits. And Amazon's already forcing me to sit through ads before every single episode. I'm not paying the extra $3. I'm sorry. I don't watch enough Amazon Prime to make it worth my while. And it also reminds me how much I need to consider canceling my membership. Just because I'm like, how much am I paying and what am I really getting? But besides that, I have to say, overall, I enjoyed the series, and it led me to a few conclusions. Some of them are love letters to the video games that they're portraying. Absolutely. Some of them are actually not even released yet, so you can view them as promotional. And one is going to be a hilarious reminder of pure gaming failure. That I'm surprised they didn't just take it out, but I guess since they made it, paid for it, they're like, well, we're going to put it out. Might as well put it out. We paid for it, made it, just put it up there. Unfortunately, you can't. I don't know if you can. Didn't see a way to rate episodes on here, but. So the first one is a Dungeons and Dragons episode, and honestly, it was really kind of good. I will say the faces looked a little off, proportion wise. They just seemed a little didn't quite fit. Like something was just a little off, but the other characters looked great. It was a great little story. And I enjoyed it. It looked good. It was interesting. And I don't know much about D&D, but I was able to follow along pretty quick. I know enough basics that didn't really have to pick up anything. And I enjoyed it. It was a good little one. The next one was Sifu. And honestly, this is a game that I've not played because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, hasn't been translated to English yet. From my understanding, you pick up the premise of it pretty quick, and I mean, you get the whole story, the whole central character. You understand what's going on by the end of it. You're like, oh, it's starting to make sense now. Okay, got it. So I liked it. New World, I can't remember. This is, I believe, a mobile game. New World. And this is actually kind of interesting because it's the Conquering King that's in here is voiced by Arnold Schwarzenegger. And it's actually on an island where no one can die. Well, you die, but you come right back. And through this, he learns it's about humility. And it's a short little episode, but it was really good. It was really well done. I enjoyed it. That shows you can tell a powerful and good story in 13 minutes, give or take. It was good. Now, Unreal Tournament, Zam, that was cool. You don't have to know anything about Unreal Tournament to ever watch this. Boom, you got it. You're good. And I really liked it. It was a good story. Robots versus humans. It's pretty self-explanatory. And the next one was Warhammer 40K, and I'm several decades behind catching up to Warhammer lore, because I just started getting into it within the past couple of years. Just the books, not the figurines or anything like that. And last time I mentioned it, I got a couple recommendations of books that I'm going to pick up probably after Christmas. Now that not all the Christmas shopping's done, I can probably pick up a few more books. And it's a really good... It's like you don't have to know much about the story to know what's going on, but I feel if you knew the characters more and their history, it probably has a lot bigger impact. I got that right off the bat because it identifies all the main the four main Space Marines. It identifies them by name, and I got the feeling that, yeah, I don't know who these people are, but if I did, this would be a powerful story, a much more powerful story. So I really enjoyed it. It was really... That one's a bit gory. But that's what you expect from 40K. And the next one is the reason I started was the Pac-Man Circle. Whew. And I made my video yesterday about there's a game that's basically, and this is one of those promotional games that like this sets up the game that's coming out next year, and with Bandai Namco signing off on the episode and the new game, Shadow Labyrinth, and it's different. Like, I like it, but like I said in my video yesterday, I kind of feel like I shouldn't, but I like it. It's good. It's a dark perspective of Pac-Man. It's interesting. Now, Crossfire, never played this game, and I can't remember if I looked this one up, if this one's coming out. I think it might be one that's coming out. And graphically well done. It just seemed like it needed like another minute or two to explain a little bit more of what's going on. But you get the gist of it pretty quick. And these are short little anthology episodes, so it's not like you're getting a whole story. And so, Armored Core, that was cool. That was really cool. I knew this game series existed, never played it, but Keanu Reeves is the voice of the main protagonist. I don't think it actually gives his name. Because I believe the Corps keeps calling him Pilot. And this actually, I was like, this combat looks pretty cool, kind of like a Titanfall type thing. I'm like, okay, I may have to give Armored Core a look. And I think we're on Armored Core 4 now, that came out 2 years ago. So I don't know if we're getting a new one soon because Hayes promoting, but it looked pretty. I mean, it looked pretty cool. I went and put Armored Core 4 on my Steam wish list because I was like, okay, yeah, I don't want to forget about this game. And Outer Worlds, I believe this is also, I think this is, I can't remember if this is an upcoming game or if it's one that's already out. Of all of these, this is probably the absolute most depressing one. I mean, it is just, by the end of it, you are just, you feel for the guy. You really do. You're like, this is just a pure-hearted boy who got betrayed by everyone and anyone. And it was just, I don't even know the whole story for the game, but I was just like, oh man, that one was a tough one to watch. I'm serious. It was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, this poor kid. And of course we got Mega Man. And the only thing I didn't like about the Mega Man. Oh, there's only one thing I didn't like about the Mega Man one, and that was the fact that it was over. Because like by the time you're in, you're like, no, I thought we were just getting started. I mean, it was good. I was pumped up. This is like kind of how Mega Man becomes, and it was really good. I enjoyed it with Dr. Light, and I was like, this is so good. I was like, oh no, no, don't stop. One more. I was like, seriously, if they make a Mega Man series like that, oh yeah, I am totally in. It was, I mean, it was only like 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 13 minutes. So good. Oh no, this is like 6 minutes. Yeah, because like 7 minutes. Because I usually stop right when I skip next to when the credits start. So literally a 7 minute short. And I was like, yes, let's get more of this. This is great. Exodus is a new game that is going to be coming out. I believe sometime in late 2025. And it was interesting. It's a well, it says it's a mechanic, but really it's a story about family and the fact that it's taking place across the universe, and because of time, light speed travel and faster than light travel, people are when people see another person at this point, and then like 10 years later, the younger person is now the older person. You know, I mean, it's just kind of everything switched around, and because going faster than light travel, so it's this weird sci-fi arena world that everything is just interesting, but it's kind of, and I was like, okay, like if this is a series, if they made this into a series, I'd watch it too, for sure. It gives off like Expanse vibes. And so I was like, okay, this is pretty good. And it is a game coming out, and I'd like to see kind of how that rolls. And once we get more information on it. The next is Spelunky. Honestly, I think I've heard of this game before, but there's two of them. And they're little dungeon crawler games that I think you can get them on any platform. They're not huge AAA games, and I was kind of like, oh, it's kind of a weird that this one was that, but it was actually a very sweet and kind of enriching story. Just kind of like, oh, mostly about don't focus on failure, focus on the journey. It was really good. I enjoyed it, and I was like, oh, I went and looked it up and was like, oh yeah, that game. Okay, yeah. I remember seeing it, and it was good. It was a good short. I liked it. And this one, I was like, this can't be real. And it is. It's literally a short about Concord. More people are probably going to watch this episode of Concord than bought the game. And the game's gone. It's been shuttered, but they got the short, so they just had to put it out there. I mean, Amazon paid for it. Why not? Let's just put it out there. And it wasn't a... If the game had focused on what this is versus all the other stuff that it did, it might have done okay. And it came out as free to play with the other online shooters and like Fortnite and Apex Legends and stuff like that. If it came out free to play and focused on what this is, it would have done well. I think it would have. I think it would have done a lot better instead of what it focused on. Now, Honor of Kings, I'm not going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. Never played it, never heard of it, and it looked interesting. And I'm sorry, I've got something in my eye and it's killing me. And it was interesting. I don't know how to articulate it without like completely ruining it. That's why this one is literally one sentence. Because any more than that, it is literally 16 minutes of the debate of cause and effect and free will and predestination in 16 minutes. And you definitely get some kind of Matrix vibe type thing and calculation, and it's something else. It was good. I have literally no idea what the game is about, but the short was very compelling, very good. And the final episode, episode 15, playtime, we get Kevin Hart as this little floating ball that is voiced by his daughter. Okay, fine. I mean, no problem with it. I was like, I recognized Kevin's voice immediately, but then we did the X-ray and hovered over. I'm like, oh, that's his daughter that's voicing the main character in this short. And it's just kind of it's not related to a single game. It is a kind of like a series finale type thing that focuses on. No, this one seriously gives Matrix vibes. It's bringing gamers together. I want to say it really is about breaking the shackles of playing the way everyone says you have to. It's weird. I don't know what the message was intended, but to me, it comes off as you don't have to follow what the company says to play the game. Play the game how you want to play it. Which, ironically, is what a lot of gaming companies are saying. No, you need to play the game our way, but we want to play it our way. We want to play it. Gamers want to play it their way. And they're like, you need to play it the way we tell you to play it and consume the way things we tell you to consume. And we're like, no. That's how it comes off to me. It may not be its intention, but that's how it comes off to me. Is like pro gamer, anti gaming company. That's how it comes off as me. I'm just saying that's how I interpreted it. I could be wrong, but that's how I see it. Some others may see it differently. But I enjoyed the series as a whole. And I swear I've got a stick in my eye. This is killing me. I enjoyed it. But it's also one of those things that if I didn't watch it, I probably, knowing that I know now, I wouldn't subscribe to Amazon Prime to watch it. You can probably catch clips of it on YouTube. If you just keep searching for it, you'll find stuff about it, and you'll probably find the whole clips eventually. But overall, I give it like a 7. It's not bad. Some of them are really good. Some of them are misses. And some of them are very tailored to the fan base that they're addressing. And that's okay too. As far as the creation and cinematography, it's all top shelf. Everything about it looked amazing. But, you got a lot of things and you're telling stuff within under 15 minutes. So you got to pick and choose what you want. And, I'd give it a 7, maybe an 8. I'd bump it up to an 8. 8 out of 10. And the Concord one's going to make you laugh. Because just watching it, you're like, the game's gone. I figure Amazon just kept it in there to kind of stick it to Sony. But maybe, I don't know. I just thought that was so funny that the Concord episode's in there. So, secret level, I'll settle on 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I mean, I'm not gonna be like, yeah. I might be excited for a season 2, depending on what they do. But some of them, I'm like, yeah. Some of these games I've never heard of, so it's kind of like I didn't have much connection. If they did more popular ones, and yeah. Or games I played, I'd be more invested. So, but overall, I think they did a good job. But Yeah, you don't have to waste your time with it if you don't have the time. But if you got the time, it is worth a look. And I do recommend it. So, until next time, my friends, as always, I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it.